Today, an older woman insists she doesn't need to change, yet she still wants a better outcome. Kevin Samuel shows her the uncomfortable truth.
But I would tell you, in my life, I avoid people like this. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to debate with you. I don't want to talk with you. I don't want to breathe with you. I respect your right to be foolish. I respect your right to be proud, whatever you want to call it. Use whatever word you like. I think it's rather foolish to know you're on the wrong side of an issue and stay stuck. What's the point? What are you here for? I would tell you one thing. I'm on YouTube for business. I make no bones about it. Business first, business always. And I deal with people who have a North Star. I don't deal with people in my business life who are on some principle crusade. Because that principle you're on, it better line up with your political ideology, where you're putting your money and where you're putting your vote. Because if all I hear is a bunch of dadgum talk and I look at your work and it don't line up, get out of here. Because what's the freaking point of all this? As an image consultant, it is my job to help people become the best version of themselves. And that requires self-improvement, personal development, and ultimately change. See, if I didn't believe in the possibility of change, I wouldn't have a business. Why are other races of people allowed to change? But black women aren't allowed to change, and black men darn sure are not allowed to change. Why are so many people seemingly afraid? Take afraid away, whatever word you want to put in, but it's negative. Why do so many seem to have issue with change? What is the fear in black men evolving, changing, becoming better? What's the fear? What is the fear in black women doing the same? It's my personal opinion. A big part of the fear is because you hold up a big mirror to other people's face and they see that they could have done something different too, but they just chose not to, because it comes down to a choice. Comes down to a choice. But I would tell you that when I work one-on-one with men, one of the biggest fears men have is living a life of insignificance. Many men fear this. They fear that they will live, die, and it will not have made a difference. You can't take the money with you, the cars with you, the property. The only thing you can't take anything. All you leave is the impact you had on many people. Now, the majority of us won't live a life to where we'll be of historical significance. But to live a life of significance means you need to have people. You need to have impact on people in order to have a life of significance. Juxtapose that with women, and a lot of women's biggest fear is they will live a life and die alone. So, if we know men want to make an impact, and we know women want to have relationship, does it matter how we got to where we are right now if people want different? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't live my life looking backwards at the root causes of this and that. I just accept the fact that we are where we are, and I look about outcomes. Outcomes. In this country, a lot of black women have been told you're strong, independent, don't need no man. The music, the culture, a lot of stuff has helped you kind of buy into that superwoman / sapphire role. But it's funny, when I get a chance to talk to women one-on-one, more often than not, it's like, man, I don't want to do this. I really would rather be a housewife and have a bunch of babies and work my husband's business. But you know what's funny? Is in my real life, I had this conversation with an older woman today from the UK. And I mentioned that, you know, a lot of women come to my channel and, you know, from high school, but most of them are college educated, master's degrees, some sort of advanced degree. And 99% of them say they want to be stay-at-home wives with children and not go to work. And this woman who was working at a high-end retail store was like, what? Oh, they want to go backwards? And I just shook my head and I said, oh yeah, I forgot. Generation X black woman. And over the next 5 minutes, it did not matter that I know what I'm talking about. It don't matter that she's seen my customers. People come in here asking about me. Doesn't matter. This over here, that over here. That all that matters was how she felt about the subject. But I'm sitting there looking at you. I'm like, you're working at a department store, high end as it may, but you're having to work. And I got it. And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't say it then, but I'm asking myself, what are you really giving up? I mean, it's not like you're gonna discover the cure for cancer. You got a retail job right along with everybody else who's selling somebody else's products. You make commission off of it. But what do you not understand that young ladies look at you and say, I don't want to do this the rest of my life? But then, of course, as we start to have the conversation, here comes all that bull crap, color purple stuff. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. I understand that. We got to have the conversation. Ladies, do you feel like you're allowed to change? Do you feel like you're allowed to change? Do you feel like the world allows you to change? Do you feel like the world allows you to change? Do you feel like black men allow you to change? Do you feel like other black women allow you to change? Black men, do you feel like you're allowed to change? Do you feel like the world allows you to change? Do you feel like black women allow you to change? Do you feel like black men allow you to change? Let's get into it. Because I like this person I was talking to, but I'm going to tell you, there are hundreds of these people. I mean, we're not talking about, you're not the manager of this department. I mean, you know what I mean? And I'm really sitting here like, you mean they would rather do that and give up all the freedoms? Freedom to do what? To come to the mall to sell somebody else's stuff and collect a paycheck every 2 weeks? You're free? I mean, not trying to insult, because I like her. And I said, well, yes. I'm talking about men who have the money and are willing to pay the cost to be the boss. But see, I know in my gut, in her mind, that ain't possible. If I asked what's the avatar of the average black man, he's a lower ranking guy. But I bet the average white man, Asian man, Middle Eastern man, she would rank them higher. So much so that can't even imagine a life into where black men and black women can have traditional relationship. To where people can live at their means and have a happy, fulfilling life. No, you'd rather, anyway, I don't get it. I don't get it. But before we get into this, man, are y'all kidding, man? We got to get these likes up. We got to get these likes up, man. We got to get these likes up because I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to ask it point blank. I have talked to many brothers who said they feel stuck, they feel trapped by the way society has them painted in. I feel you. But I'm also going to ask, but I'm going to tell you, I have never, I don't ever recall having such a virulent reaction from a black man regarding this normality. So I'm going to ask the question, I'm putting it back in the chat room. Are black women allowed to change? Are black men allowed to change? Are we allowed to change? Are black people allowed to change? I'm going to say, I want to hear what you guys have to say. But before we get into it, let's check what's going on. Naima, what's up? Can't keep doing the same thing. Okay. Ultimate MGTOW. Okay. All right. Let me see what's going on before we get in there. I'm about to open the Zoom room because I want to hear from you guys. I know my opinions on it, but I want to hear if you feel like you're allowed to change, if you feel like you're not allowed to change, and the reasons why. If you're a black woman and you feel like you're not allowed to change, why? Why aren't you allowed to change? What's the biggest reason? Are you not allowed to change because of black men? Are you not allowed to change because of black women? Black men, if you feel like you're not allowed to change, is it because of black men or is it because of black women? That's really what I want to get into. If you feel like you're not allowed to change, why? Who? I know what I think. But what I think is not relevant to how you feel. All right. There we go. Good topic. My.
You're sitting here telling me you want a better man, a better relationship, a better future, but you refuse to change anything about yourself. You're older now, you've lived life your way for decades, and yet you still expect men to bend, adjust, accommodate, and accept everything about you, while you offer zero flexibility in return. This is the part women don't want to hear. You cannot demand change from men when you refuse to change yourself. You keep saying, "I've always been this way," as if that's a badge of honor, but it's actually the reason things haven't worked for you. Life evolves, dating evolves, men evolve, but you stayed exactly the same, and now you're shocked that your results haven't improved.